All right. Well, welcome everybody. I see some people joining us already here on Zoom and on Facebook. So welcome to our webinar right before spring break and right before your students go on spring break. This is our spring break safety for 2025. And so it's a great opportunity for us to get together and learn about different safety tips and recommendations for your students and for all of us as you all head to spring break. Today we have Corporal Kimani George, Crime Prevention Manager from our UAB Police Department with us, and he will take us through our the webinar and give us some very useful tips that you can share with your students and have those conversations before they head out on their spring break, and that they should always have in mind as they're navigating their daily lives. So welcome, Corporal George, and I'll let you take over.
Okay. Thank you as always for having me here. First and foremost, I just want to say that we take safety very seriously here at UAB. We do all that we can just to make sure that we keep everybody that's here, whether it is a student, staff, employee, or even some of our guests that just come on campus that just walk through just to view our campus or anything like that, whether it's parents or visitors from other colleges and institutions. We make sure that we try to do the best that we can to keep everybody safe. Without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and get into the PowerPoint. So on this first slide here, you'll see that I have some information about myself that you can go if you ever need me or you want to reach out to me if you have any questions outside of this. You can call my office, my cell phone, or you can send me an email. I will say that emailing is probably the best because I will a lot of times I'm not in my office to be able to like just come back and check. So I ask people to email me because I always check my phone for my emails. Carmen, can you see this next slide?
I can.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Um,
we here at UAB we have about 130-ish trained officers and that's APO certified officers. So that means that we are real officers and we go through the Alabama accreditation. So we can do things like make arrests. We can be able to help you with any type of court proceeding as far as like giving you advice and things of that nature. And then we also have 65 uniformed security officers. So like we can't be everywhere all the time, so we went out and got extra help for us. And our security team, basically what they do is they go through parking lots, parking decks, they watch cameras, and they walk through buildings just to make sure that we have some more of our areas covered while we're at the campus. And so we actually do secure the area for not just the campus, but also the hospital. And when you really think about it, all of UAB just in general, because UAB is an open campus. And so therefore anything like in between any of our buildings or our streets or our avenues that goes through there, most times we protect and patrol those areas as well too. So you can really kind of say the majority of the south side of Birmingham is our jurisdiction. And we have a dedicated police precinct, which is right behind the dorms. But we also wanted to be somewhere else that was closer to the students, so we got a precinct that was actually inside the dorms, inside of one of our residence halls, which is Blazer Hall. We wanted to be there because that's where the majority of our students will be, and that's where the majority of our students will spend their time. And so we wanted to make sure if something was to happen, that we had a way to be able to link ourselves closer to that building. And also because UAB is an ever-growing establishment, we wanted to make some more substations places. So we got one in the student center as well as one in our administration building as well too. So, like I said before, we're a real police department. So we have cars, we have trucks, we have SUVs, we have segways and bicycles and motorcycles. So while you're on campus or anywhere around campus, we have more than 500 help phone boxes while here on campus. The important thing about this is let's say that you're walking somewhere and maybe your phone dies or something like that, and you need help, your car stalls or anything like that. You can see one of these help phone boxes. All you have to do is press the help phone box, and it goes directly to our dispatch. So why is that important? Because let's say that you call 911 in the city of Birmingham. So one or two people will pick up. It's either going to be Birmingham Police Department or it'll be Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. And why is that? Because they're the two biggest police agencies that's in the city of Birmingham. Now, if you use a landline while you're on UAB property and you call 911, it goes directly to the UAB police dispatch. But um, when you do hit one of these help phone boxes, like I said, it goes directly to us. And it's not like we're gonna try to how to figure out where you are. Whenever you hit a help phone box here at UAB, we know the exact street and address that you'll be, and we can come directly to that location. So it's not like we're gonna be trying to play hide and seek with you. We know exactly where you are. We also have some other services that are here. So we have Mars, which is our motorized assistance road service. It's kind of like the AAA of UAB. So they can jump your car off. They can do things like put air in your tires, and if you lock your keys in your car, they can go and pop your lock, and then they can get your keys out of your car for you. One program that I'm super proud of is our RAD program. It's our Red Progression Defense program. It's a women's self-defense class, and we teach you things how to punch, how to kick, how to do knee strikes, how to get out of chokeholds, and how to get out of ground defense if somebody was to try to pin you down on the ground. And this is the only legal time that I let people normally beat me up without taking them to jail. So it's a really good class. It's a really good way to have some build self-confidence, and you learn a lot out of the class as well too. So also here at UAB, we have another service where it's called a Blazer Escort service. It starts at 9 p.m. and goes all the way to 5 a.m. So let's say that it's dark outside and you just want to have an extra just safety precaution just to get from point A to point B. As long as it's somewhere on campus, we can be able to take you from point A to point B. All you have to do is call the number and they will come and pick you up from wherever your location is. And it's 100% free because you're an employee or you're a student here at UAB. So this is a screen of what you might want to take a picture of, and also you might want to program these numbers in your phone. So we talked about Mars, and we talked about the campus escort service, and now here are our UAB police emergency contact number and our non-emergency contact. So what's an emergency? Let's say that there's bad weather and there's like something may fall in the road, or you see somebody that may be acting suspicious, or you may see, because we're such a research school, there may be like you may smell gas, or you may see like a spill somewhere that you think might be that someone may need to look at. Those are the type of emergencies that where you use the emergency phone line. What are non-emergencies? Let's say that you want to make a report on something that happened a couple of days ago, or you may be lost, or you may just need for us to come and help you with your car may need air in a tire and some things like that, or you might just need advice on some things. So those are some type of non-emergency things that you could use a non-emergency number for. And what I always suggest too is that like I said before, once you take a picture of these numbers, put them in your favorites. So that way, in case you're in some type of situation where you need us really, really quick, you can just go to your favorites and then you can hit that number. So here at the UAB Police Department, we added a victim assistance unit. So let's say that something happens to you and for some reason you become a victim of some type of crime. We have a safe space here where we come and we can give you advice on what's going on, give you advice on what you may need to do as far as like criminally. And also we provide support services, and also it's a confidential area. So we won't tell anybody outside of whoever you can tell us we need to tell, or if you're underage, of course, we may have to tell your parents depending on what the case is. But we also can help you out with services as far as like getting counseling and things like that. We work alongside with the EACC, and they are very good at what they do with their job. So we want to make sure that we can get you all the services that you need. And our person that's over it right now is Sergeant Cowan, and you can see her information down at the bottom at cowan@uab.edu. Or you could just give us a call on our emergency or non-emergency number, and we can take care of you that way too. So we have the Rave Guardian app. So what's the Rave Guardian app? It's basically a tracker. So let's say that you have Life 360 or Find My on your phone. It's basically a app like that, but it kind of goes more in depth. So let's say that you're going from one point of the school to the other point. It's going to take you 10 minutes to get there. What you would do is before you get ready to leave the building that you're in, you turn your Rave Guardian app on and say it's going to take me 10 minutes to get there, and then you start walking. Well, let's say that 10 minutes has gone by and you haven't went back to the app and said, hey, I'm where I'm supposed to be. It should send you a message saying, hey, are you okay? Are you safe? Do you need someone to come to you? If you don't respond back, then the person, whoever you made your guardian, so whether it's your mother, father, sister, uncle, cousin, boyfriend, or girlfriend, whoever your guardian may be, they will send a message to them. And from that point, they should call you and say, hey, are you okay? So we can silence this alarm. You need to go and silence your alarm. But let's say that they don't call you back. Then what happens is it'll send you another message that says, hey, do you need someone to come to your location right now? And then if you don't come back, then it'll send the last ping to our dispatch, and we will take care of it from there. Also in the app, they have things like anonymous tips, so you can go through there. Let's say that you see something that may be kind of weird. You can put like the location on there, the street address, and you can say what you saw. You can also do things like it has a direct 911 button that goes directly to our dispatch. So like I said before, let's say that you didn't copy the numbers down, but you have the Red Guardian app, and there is an emergency number button that you just press the one red button on there, and it goes directly to our dispatch, and it'll make that call. So as a student or employee or staff here at UAB, you had to sign up for Be Alert. And basically Be Alert is a emergency notification system. So if anything is going on at UAB, whether it's kind of big or small, if it's an emergency, then it will send a text message, it'll send a phone call, and it'll send an email to your email address and let you know what's going on. But one of the reasons that I really love it is because once the area or whatever's going on has stopped or ceased, and we have taken control of everything, and you can go on back about your business. It'll alert you again saying, hey, the area is cleared up, or whatever was going on is fine, and you can go back to your normal business that you were doing before. So here we highly respect the Clery Act. So what does the Clery Act mean? So basically it says that whatever type of crime happens on campus, we have to report it. So we have to, it doesn't matter whether it's big or small, we have to report it and we can't lie about it. So here at UAB, we have to report that once a year. But as far as us, we go above and beyond, and we go ahead and report whatever happens at our department to our state every month. So if you want to see what's going on and try to compare it by the monthly status, you can, or you could just wait to the once a year. And when you go on the Clery website, which is stated at the bottom, it'll tell you the past 3 years. So I won't tell you what's going on last year, but there'll be the 3 years before that. And you can compare and contrast from there. So here's some home safety tips. So one thing that you want to make sure that you do is that you lock your doors. And this is not just for at home. This is for if you go out of town. This is for like if you're going on vacation and things like that. So if you go to your apartment or your hotel or your cabin, make sure that you lock your doors and your windows. Make sure that they're shut and sealed tight. Shut your blinds so that no one can see inside of where you are. Make sure that you check the smoke detector. Make sure that it has a battery in it and make sure that it's not beeping, and keep your outdoor areas well lit so that you can see, in case you need to look out of the window, you can see what's going on outside of your area or wherever you may be staying. Also, make sure that when you leave from wherever you are, make sure that you unplug your heaters or blow out your candles, because you don't want to come back and your house be burned down. So make sure that you take the time and preparation to go ahead and get those things taken care of. And then also make sure that you have at least one fire extinguisher inside of the area that you're going to be staying at. And then just some other tips. Make sure that you lock your car doors. Whenever you leave, just go ahead and just make sure that you hear the beep and then pull on the door handle just to make sure that the door is actually locked. Be aware of your surroundings. So let's say that you're walking around somewhere, just normally do like a 360 scan around yourself every so often just to make sure that no one's trying to walk up behind you or do anything to you while you're walking around. And try not to walk around with headphones in, because you want to be able to hear what's going on around you at all times. So try not to have both headphones in with your music blasting up too high. And if you have a bike or a scooter or a motorcycle or anything like that, buy a good lock for your bike or scooter, because you don't want to get a cheap lock and someone to be able to easily snip it off or get some type of device that can cut the bike lock off. So you want to spend a good amount of money on a bike lock so that it'll be a nice, sturdy, and strong lock. And don't leave your valuables in your car, because if you can see your valuables from inside your car, then other people can too. So what you want to do is, if you're leaving out of your car, going back into your house, bring your valuables inside the house with you, or your apartment, or your dorm, or your cabin, or wherever you may be. Bring all the valuables in. But if you're not going to bring them in, I would say place them in the trunk when nobody can see you. Place them in the trunk. That way, no one would know that they're in the trunk. Also, if you do have a bike or scooter while you're on campus, make sure that you register with the UAB Police Department, because in case something was to happen to it and we find it, then we'll be able to give it back to you and you'll be able to get your items back. There is one more thing I wanted to show you. So this is our campus watcher. What this basically is right here is we're gonna be putting out new information. I believe it's gonna be quarterly. We're gonna have these come out, and right now we're having our campus watch meeting that's coming up. It's gonna be on May 13th at 10 a.m. and we're gonna have our chief of police. He's gonna be our first speaker of the year. And in this, we're gonna talk about safety. We're gonna talk about the new direction of our department, new things that we've added, and then you'll be able to ask any type of question that you want. And you'll be able to about safety or anything of that nature that you maybe could have concerns about. You'll be able to tell us your concerns, and you'll be able to also just meet new staff and new students that are around you, and be able to converse and collaborate with them for future projects. Also, we'll be having elections. So if this is something that you're interested in and you're a UAB staff or a part of the faculty, you can be on the executive board. They'll be hosting elections at this meeting as well too. So as we talked about this before, we have Rave Guardian. You can download the app from the Google Play or either the App Store, and just basically tells you what Campus Watch is. And then we have some other things that are on here as well, like ways to make sure that you are a safe pedestrian while you're walking while you're walking on the crosswalks and things like that. And then this is our women's self-defense class with the dates coming up. We have one on June 11th and 12th, September 16th and 17th, and then November 5th and 6th. And right here you can scan the the QR code, so that you can for a faster way to schedule for the class. And that's basically all I have today. Like I said before, here at UAB Police Department, our main goal is to make sure that you're safe while you're here on campus, and to make sure that you have not had so that make sure that you don't have to worry about anything while you're here. The main thing you should be worried about is doing your job, or either being a student the best way that you can. So we just want to say, if you ever need us, don't hesitate to call us. I'm a very friendly person, so if you ever see me out on the street or anything like that, walking around on campus, just stop me and talk to me. We can talk about anything, whether it's about crime or whether it's about you pass the test or anything like that, or you're having a good day and you just wanted to let me know, just come up and talk to me. I obviously are very, very friendly, and we like to hear from you in the community. Are there any questions that you have for me?
This is great. And yes, Corporal Kimani George is very friendly. And so wherever you find him, say hello. And you can also send questions as you want. So we do have an attendee who has raised their hand. But before we get to the attendee, remember you have the opportunity to submit your questions through the Q&A here on Zoom, or via the comments on Facebook, which is, if you see me looking sideways, that's what I'm doing. So before we get to that question, when you said on this particular slide where you said be aware of surroundings, what kind of tips or what kind of things can students or all of us be kind of mindful of or looking for when we say look around at our surroundings?
So what I always say is try to walk with at least a buddy. Have a buddy to always walk by. Walk with. But things that you want to kind of be mindful of are people who seem kind of like they're being suspicious or acting kind of weird. You don't want to make it seem like everybody's being weird, of course, but just if they seem like they're doing something that's out of the ordinary, be mindful of that. If you feel like you're being followed, it's okay to cross the street, and just to make sure that you're safe. And if that person cross the street back again, it's fine, as long as you're making sure that you're safe. And at that point, if you feel like somebody's following you, of course, you immediately call us, and we'll come to your location. Press the help phone box, go up to the help phone box. Like I said, we have them just about at least less than a block away from each other. So like I said, we have over 500 of those. And then just be mindful of not walking in dark areas. So if an area is like kind of dark or not well lit, try not to walk in those areas, even if it takes you a little while longer just to go just around a little place to make sure that you're safe. Just take that extra 1 to 2 minutes to just do what you have to do so that you can stay in a well lit area.
Awesome, thank you. And the question that came through in one of our questions was, so students may decide to go somewhere for spring break, and so what would be a way to approach this conversation ahead of time? Because students sometimes don't want to talk about things that may happen, or mom or dad, don't tell me about this, and nothing's going to happen. So what's the best way to approach a conversation, would you say?
Um, I honestly think you just have to be real. For example, my little cousin, she is 17 now, so she's at the age now where she's going to go and go on her first spring break trip with her friends. And I just was blunt with her and I kind of told her, but you have to know what type of person you're talking to because I can talk to her that way. So I just had said, hey, I know that you're going out. Make sure that if you're going to do anything, that you just let somebody know what you're doing. It's not that we're trying to be on your back or anything like that, but your safety is my primary concern when you're going out, especially when we're not coming with you. And I think it's best that if you're gonna be, you need to be inside by 8 o'clock. Whenever the sun is getting too dark, you need to be inside. If you're outside with somebody, you need to always be walking with somebody. If you're out on vacation, have your mace or your pepper spray on you at all times. Don't talk to anybody that you don't know. If you're in a restaurant and for some reason you leave your drink somewhere, make sure that you get a new drink when you come back, like water or anything. Like if you leave it on the table and you come back, and just ask the waiter for a new water because you don't know what happened to that water while you was gone. So just take these precautions while you're out. If somebody's coming up to you asking you weird questions, just make sure that you walk away from them and make a sound saying, "Hey, get away from me. I don't want to talk to you," and things like that. Because when you bring attention to yourself, most people get so nervous that they're not going to try to keep bothering you or anything like that. So just be honest and just make sure that you know that it's coming from a place of love on why you're telling them or why you're trying to get them to know these certain things while they're out.
Yes, thank you. That's very important. It's also one thing when you mentioned headphones and not having the headphones on all the time. It also comes to cell phones, not walking, watching where you're going, first of all, and then not having the cell phone maybe so visible if you're going to a place where you don't know. Is that a good recommendation as well? Just not having it that visible.
Yeah, I know sometimes when people might not know an area, so sometimes they may look down at their map. But if you're gonna look down at your phone, just like in direction, I would just suggest like you do it quick and then look back up because you always want to be around aware of your surroundings. I've actually seen here on campus where someone was just texting on their phone the whole time, and then they walked out into the middle of the street because they could walk at one point in time, but by the time they got to where it was time for them to actually cross the street, it was not time for them to walk and they almost got hit by a car because they didn't look back up to see that they weren't supposed to be walking at this time. So just be mindful of where you are. Like I said, always do like a good 360 around you. And if you're going to be on the phone, wait till you get inside of a building or somewhere like that. So that way you know that you're in a secure area where you can at least have that type of security for that nothing will happen to you, especially like when you're walking somewhere.
Great,
And also
thank
the
you.
Rave Guardian app, it works outside of the campus too. So if you're outside of the campus and you're going somewhere else, you can use the same app, that same Rave Guardian app to go from place to place, whether you're going to the beach or whether you're going to the cabins or anything like that, or to a new city. The Rave Guardian app, from my knowledge, works everywhere in the United States.
Is that kind of like 360? The
Yeah, so it's kind of like
uh,
360, and then it's kind of like Find My too.
Okay. All
iPhone.
right. That's good to know because that's something that, families can say, just install it. I'm not going to be
Right.
following you. And that's also something very important for families and as parents that we worry and families that worry, to be watchful, but to give students their space as well. So as they're practicing their independence. This is awesome. I don't see any other questions at this moment. Again, if you would like to submit your questions or if you would like to email, Corporal Kimani directly, you can do so. Here's his contact information. And again, our recording will stay live on Facebook. So if you know of people who wanted to join but weren't able to come today or to attend, it'll be here. Share it with your students, share it with other families that you know. And then in about a week, a little bit before, less than that, hopefully, we'll have it on our website with captions, which brings me back to our past webinar that we've had before. If your student is looking for apartments, also that webinar is now on our website, and this one will be on our website as well. Again, we thank you for joining us today. If you have any other topics that you would like us to address, please let us know. We are here to help you as family members and to work together as UAB. So before we go, is there anything else that you would like to say for Pokemon?
Just be safe, especially when you're going on spring break. Just be, like I said before, be mindful of what you're doing, be mindful of who you're with. Always walk with people that you know, and just always hold yourself accountable to make sure that you're being as safe as possible. If you need us, call us. Even if you're outside of the city, if you need to call us because you don't know or you can't get in touch with the local police department, you can call us and then we'll call down there to wherever you are to try to see if we can get in contact with them the best way possible. Like I said, we're here for you to make sure that you're getting everything that you need from us. And like I said, if you see me out, just talk to me. If you want to talk one-on-one, you can always come to our police department on 11, 17, 14th Street South. We're right behind the dorm. So if you know where the CVS and the Circle K is, our department is right behind that. So we're super close to the to UAB. And so yeah, like I said, we're always here for y'all. Just give us a chance to be there for y'all.
All right. Well, thank you so much. And thank you for those who have attended here on Zoom and on Facebook. We will be sending you a post webinar survey soon. So please let us know your thoughts and how else we can support you. And remember, we're all in this together for your students and for them to be successful. So thank you, Corporal Kimani, for being here
Thank
with
you.
us today. And we wish everybody a great rest of your afternoon. Have a safe one, everybody.